I think we're going to go ahead and dive on in then. So last time when we played through Open Sorcery, we did not quite manage to achieve the best ending, and I'm not entirely sure what exactly needs to be done. I have some slight questions about the balance between getting more of the elements versus more of the relationships, because I don't know. Okay, is this a maximum backseat stream? Chrono asks. That's a question. I don't know if I'm ready to go maximum backseat, or if I just want to be able to ask questions. We have the proper chat hat now. No more cat ears. Although that was the cat ears are a pretty good backup, aren't they? I think so anyway. And if we return to Texas and I am streaming again there, I will put on the cat ears. No, so let's get a couple of let's ask a couple of strategic questions about what we're going to do here. Okay, yes or no questions. Sorry, you know how this goes. Yes or no question. Because the thing is, you can't get light and also start a relationship with Toby. Like you can't build a relationship with Toby and get light. You can only get light from watching Janet use the lightsaber, which makes me inclined to believe that you can either go for all of the elements or all of the relationships. Now, getting the relationships will give you some of the elements, but am I correct that getting the true ending does not mean getting maximum elements and maximum relationships? Yes or no? Sorry, we're going to play some 20 questions. Okay. All right. Is the best ending contingent on getting maximum relationships? Because that's what I would gravitate towards. That would be my expectation, is that best ending would be most friends. Personally. Okay. All right. That means that the writer of this game and I are on the same page. Excellent. So that would be really challenging to do if you don't use the Fairy Queen cheat to maximize your friendship with Decker as quickly as possible. Because I assume you want to have the Tribbles. I don't know that you need the Tribbles, but I think that seems like a good idea. I seem to recall getting the Tribbles. Well, if you get the Tribbles, you get life. And you get... that you can then use the Tribbles to help the kids later, which I think is the right thing to do. Okay, so maximum relationships. All right, some more yes or no questions. Are there any relationships in this game that I have not seen yet that are necessary? Because we have Janet, Decker, Sarah, Pyreworm, and Toby, and Mrs. Best. Those are the ones that I have seen so far. I'm thinking about named characters that appear otherwise. I really like this song. Is it a problem that she's singing while I'm talking? That's not actually a chat hat question, so you can answer outside of yes or no if you want to. Okay, so it's fine. All right, so thinking about named characters who appear in the story who have not shown up as friend relationship options. There's Asper, I think is his name, the poltergeist kid. There is, I don't think that Janet and Toby's mom ever gets a name that we've seen, but she could potentially be it. There is Decker's dad. I don't know if I can have a relationship with Decker's dad. I'm not quite sure how one would go about doing that, because I'm not sure how much you can interact with him prior to things going badly over there. There's Decker's dead partner. You can talk to him, but he's just like a ghost. So I don't know if you can actually befriend him. And there's the actual ghost at the end. The death/water ghost, which apparently you can seduce. I don't know if you can befriend her though. I'm trying to think if there's any other characters that I could think of that have names. Because I don't know if you can befriend Mrs. Best's girlfriend. I feel like she's kind of an extension of Mrs. Best's story. Seduce and murder. That's true. You could backstab her. I'm really curious about seducing the ghost. Like, that's very interesting to me. I don't know that I expect that to be like the like mainstream story ending thing though. So I'm not sure. Okay. Question. How many relationships are there in the game that I have not yet gotten that I need for the good ending? Best ending. I've gotten some pretty good endings. I think I managed to get one where nobody dies, but it still wasn't the best. So there's one. Oh, okay, so only one of those people. I don't think it's going to be Asper. I think that I've completed Asper's story. Janet's mom is not named, and Janet has Toby as her secondary person. Decker, I feel like Decker's dad. There's something I didn't try last time. I might try it now. I don't remember if I have a save that does it. Is it this one? I want to test something out here. That's not the one I wanted. Hold on. Okay, load. It's something with Decker, though. Which is it? It's after day 5. Because day 5 is when you have the option of getting, that's when, that's a big test. I feel like that's a really big deal. So I feel like that's something you probably need to get the good ending. So it would be day 6, Pyre Talk. Magnetic fields. Hold on. Okay, no, this isn't it. That's the Aethership. I thought I had. Do I not have? I don't know. Maybe I don't have. Hold on. We're gonna try this. Yes, this is the one I want. Hold on, let me make sure. Is this the right save? Options. No, back to game. Pyreworm is pinging me. Yeah, hold on. If I remember correctly, I probably remembered incorrectly. Yes, it's the boyfriend's ghost. That's what I'm looking for. Light and love, right? I think. I want to try something here. I'm going to try this. Because I didn't do this last time, did I? Right? I know that I tried to give it death, which is actually really beautifully written, but I don't think I've tried to give it life. It, him. I don't know how much this ghost is actually connected to the person. I needed more relationship with Decker. Oh. Right. Okay, that's why I couldn't do it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think that this is what I need to... I think that this is probably something I need to do. Decker's a tough nut to crack. We're going to start over. Okay, how does that sound? Are we all right with that? Starting all the way over? Because I think that's probably the best idea. Unless I was close enough. In order to accomplish this, I should probably start all the way over, right? Yeah, okay. Excellent. We're going to do that. I'm going to delete all of these to make my life easier. So I don't have to remember which is which. Because you don't actually need them. Your achievements you keep. So, yes, I'm just going to delete everything. All right. We're going to do a new game. We're going to skip the intro. How do I make my relationship with Decker better? Because that's the tricky one. That's the tricky thing. He's very hard to do. Okay, so day 1. That's the poltergeist, right? Pretty sure that's the poltergeist. Sorry. You have to deal with me singing everything. All right. All right. So Mrs. Heron, I don't think I can do it. So like a red herring. Is Mrs. Heron a red herring trying to distract me into thinking that I can do something to help her and then I can't? I don't know. Probably. That's clever. I think that's what that is. Okay, let's scan for matter and motive. He is air and chaos. Okay. All right, I am gonna ask you guys straight up some questions. Is engaging with Asper here, which does give me the option to do the bonus thing that gives me the extra bonus boost to my friendship. Is engaging with Asper here the correct thing to do? It is, okay. I would have assumed so, but well met by moonlight, I am Asper. A princeling of clouds, a child of Eris. I have no numbers in my name. Polite request. Shall I leave? Yes. Such certainty, such confidence. I shall reward your conviction with a chance to make your dream a reality. Don't think that's the answer I picked before. I will ask you 3 riddles, and you will try to answer them. If you win, I shall leave. If I win, then I win, and I will laugh at you. I appreciate that Asper is a benign chaos creature. He doesn't actually wish to cause harm. He will just be very delighted and amused and laugh. You know? Affirmative. Delightful, splendid, extraordinary. Let us play. The first riddle. Yes. I remember this. Should I do the optional riddle? I assume that will make my life easier. If I remember correctly, that is the one that makes you gain friendship with everybody, right? But it's not technically necessary, right? It should be possible to get the best ending without that. It'll give you some wiggle room. Shall we do that? Would you like to see that, folks? Shall we do that? Oh, I kind of want to do it right. Let's do it right. Are you folks okay with that? We'll get there. We're gonna try to do this right. Because I want to. I feel like that would be the right thing to do. That feels like using a game genie. Whereas backseating feels like asking your friends for help. Does that make sense? I have won. You will leave now. Will you leave now? She says. Goodbye, you woman of boredom and fire. Hey, no, I haven't been particularly boring this particular run. Perhaps I shall see you again when the novelty of keeping my word wears thin. That's exactly what happens. He does tell you straight up. I feel different. I have learned chaos. So I know that I lose points with Decker if I report back that I've learned chaos and death, I think. Or chaos and... It was one of the others that I had learned and I lost points. Okay, I've got another quick question. This hat's going to get a lot of use tonight, I can already tell. So do we is there, when it comes to reporting to Decker what you have learned, is there an across the board good rule or bad rule? Like, is it basically like never tell Decker or always tell Decker, or is it more complicated than that and you should report back some things but not everything? I don't even have to like firmly yes or no, because I think you folks probably know what I'm asking. I do. The thing is, I don't want to be told what to do, but I want to be able to participate in this while getting some hints. So it's a mixed bag. I feel like chaos is an okay thing to learn. I think death and fear. Yeah, I don't think I need death. I learn life by having a high enough point. Oh, that's going to be difficult. We'll see what we can do. Should I flag myself as a potential threat and alert Decker of what I have learned? Yes. Okay. I'll email him the file. I love this. It learned about chaos. How did it even do that? And Janet says life is full of mysteries. Okay. We're going to enter sleep mode. We're going to dream. Yes, of course. We're going to finish dreaming. It's time to continue monitoring. Okay, so this is going to be the start of day 2. I am assuming that I did day 1 right. If I didn't, well. So there we go. Day 2. Which one is day 2 again? So day 1 is Asper. Day 2 is Toby's nightmare. And Mrs. Best sleeping poorly. We're going to try this out. Decker is fine. Okay. So the right thing to do is to examine Toby. That is the way that you become friends with Toby here. So this is dark and fear. We will initiate the scan. We're going to alert Toby because this will improve my relationship with both Toby and Janet. Okay, so I have a relationship with Toby now. Do you mind that I'm not reading this out loud? Since you've been here before, I figured that you probably remember, and it seems like most of you know kind of where we're going from here. We've heard it all. Yeah. I will still read the parts that I really like and can't help myself, or anything that is new. Am I dreaming? I'm going to make another save because I don't remember here if there's a difference. If I say yes, you're dreaming, there's a monster. You're dreaming, there's a detected, there's a monster. There's a monster in the dream. I need your help defeating the monster. I like that she figures out that she needs to talk to this child differently, and the child says, oh, okay. You use light and love. God, I love this so much. Hold on, I want to see what a difference it makes if I take the other option. If I say, no, you are not dreaming. Oh! This might actually unlock more opportunity for closer friendship. This is not a dream. There's a detected threat in your personal environment accessing your private emotional network. Oh, right. This is where I say you're my uncle. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. I'm scared. So I say, I was made by your sister. Yeah, there we go. That's the right answer. That's what you're supposed to do. So from a certain perspective, you are my uncle. Therefore, we are not strangers and you can talk to me. And Toby's like, wow. Okay. This is the right thing to do. Okay. So we are going to... I'm pretty sure that this is the correct answer, so we're going to go with that. Tell Toby about Janet. All right, what do you need me to do? Okay. It's so cute. So here I do not scare him. I love the effects here. The way that they glow is so cool. And then the upstairs hall is still dark. Just feels so creepy. It's just so well written. Its own medicine. Like there's that little bit of her humor sneaking in there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that having him kill it is the wrong thing to do. Because Toby is really excited here when you do this. The other way, if I remember correctly, Toby's like, oh, I guess we did that. And you say it was necessary. And he's like, I guess so. But here he's really excited. I did it. We did it. That was amazing. He feels really cool. And my relationship with him is good already. I'm going back to yes, periods of hibernation are necessary for humans. And Toby's just like, okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. So I'm pretty sure that that is correct. I'm pretty sure that that is the way that that is supposed to go. I'm pretty sure I played that out well. I'm pretty sure that is correct. Now, then the thing to do is this room right here. And this I'm not sure about. This is what I'm not sure about. So we might try a few things. I'm fairly confident. I'm fairly confident in how I played out that. I'm not as confident here. So we're going to give this a go. Miss Finn wants a romance. That's okay, Miss Finn. You'll be all right. Humans leak when they are hurt. Injury, bleeding, human eye liquid. That's not bleeding, that's tears. Okay, so I cannot remove her fear, but that's all right because we're not doing a run for elements. We're doing a run for relationships, which I would rather get anyway. Yes, Miss Finn will get her romance soon enough. If I talk to her, I scare her. We're going to see what happens if we alert Janet and Decker and then... Yeah, okay, so I got some relationship with Decker. He says yes. We're going to try this. This is probably the wrong thing to do. Toby is sleeping. I do not know. I do not understand sad. Do you? Well, yeah, everyone is sad sometimes. Did you talk to her? No, I did not. Well, maybe you shouldn't. You might scare an old lady. I guess I could talk to her. Okay. Okay, so now I have a relationship with Mrs. Best and a relationship with Toby. You're an odd young man. Yeah, well, you should meet my sister. Or Belle's. I think she's a robot ghost. She doesn't know what being sad is. Mrs. Best says, I don't understand. Toby says, that's okay, I don't either. But just because I don't understand and don't know you doesn't mean I can't help. Oh! Oh, this is new. I don't think this happened before. Decker logs an alert with me. I noticed you went back to resolve the situation you brought to my attention. Good job. That wasn't really part of your job, but still, good job. Oh. Okay. So it's creepy if I go back and mess with it and fail, but it's not creepy if I ask a human to help. Oh, I like this. This is sweet. Also, this is a nice way you get 10% more friendship with Decker this way. Yes, make someone else be social for you is a Decker-approved action. No, that is correct. Oh, it was when I used magic to remove her fear that he found creepy. Okay, that's fair, actually, Decker. I thought it was me trying to talk to her after. I thought it was like anything that I did after letting him know. So then I just didn't let him know. But this is good. I did the non-creepy thing. I was like, she's sad and I know a person, and it turned out well. And Decker, obviously, like, he knows and likes Janet's family. So I'm happy with this. Okay. Enter sleep mode. I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Yes, of course. Randomly generalized. I'm in the theater with a boy. We are eating pears and then my head turns green. I'm in the school with a lawyer. We are eating apples and then my skin turns gray. I have dreamed. I wonder if I am doing this right. Okay. Exiting sleep mode. We are going to make a save. All right. So day 3, I actually feel like that's the best I've ever done. Day 2. Day 3 is this Pyreworm? Is day 3 Pyreworm? Or is it Sarah? I think it's Sarah. I think it's Sarah. Okay. Oh, we could say hello to Toby. Let's say hello to Toby. Hi, a low priority alert with Toby. Oh, hi. Greeting, Administrator Toby. Is your status acceptable? Like, hey, Toby, how are you doing? Toby's like, yeah, sure. I told Janet how you helped me last night. She was happy. Thanks again. Yeah, I'm so glad about this. That's good. My relationships are doing really well for this early in the game, especially. Good. I think that's correct. I think that that's what I should do here. But we're going to make another save just in case. Okay, so we did Janet's house. Decker's apartment. Scan for threats. Other than the risk of getting in trouble if they catch you eavesdropping, is there anything else I should be doing here? Or is this mostly just world building? Because it's very interesting as world building. I love that I can put this hat on. Okay, so this does affect nothing unless you stay too long. Okay, so that's the only thing. All right, we will listen to them talk. Guard against eavesdroppers. We will head out. But this lets us know that Decker is busy doing actually some pretty important things in addition to partnering with his neighbor, his teenage neighbor, to make a firewall to keep their neighborhood safe. I don't know. Okay. We need to do visiting day. So I think that that's everything else there is to do prior, other than Sarah. And actually, oh, I don't have light. Oh, I don't have light. Oh, but light is light is a really beautiful way of helping Sarah. I don't have much, do I? Yes, the changing text is very good. We do have friends. No, that is true. Our friendships are actually going pretty well. There's even a Mrs. Best relationship already. Let us scan for threats. All right. So there is something significant about water that has been harmed that we learned from the Aethership. And I think that's probably something that we're going to need. It hides the emptiness where joy should be. Like the simplicity of the sentence structure, and the very, very careful precision of the language is just so poetic. And then the juxtaposition of the beauty of how this is written, and then the mundanity of saying Google calls it depression, like bringing it back to the real world. Like we have this poetry that hurts, and then it's almost funny. Google calls it depression. It's just, it's such masterful use of language. Google is not entirely correct because it is not just in her mind. It is a spiritual thing, though I do not think it is a spirit. It is more like a footprint, the leavings of a spirit so powerful the remnants of its passing are destroying a young girl. So it is not perhaps that the ghost at the end is present in her. Bathos, I'm trying to remember which one that is. Okay. We're going to save here. I need to talk to Sarah. I cannot give her light, but I'm going to talk to her. Hello, Sarah. So no, you are not going insane. You take that badly, if I remember correctly. Yes. Okay, plus 40%. A literary device in which the serious is juxtaposed with the commonplace and ludicrous. Yes. 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 It's a thing that it's a very, very effective. There are so many incredibly powerful techniques that you can use with words. And it's funny because these are things that for the most part, unless you're really, really nerdy like us, you and me, Chrono, most people don't know these words. And yet if you tell a story using these words, using these techniques, using these things, people will respond to it. So it's like there's all these complicated things that artists learn, like perspectives, you know, like 2-point, 3-point perspectives. And I feel like people are aware of the study and skill that goes into choosing and using your tools. But would they, when it comes to art, but would they appreciate the assonance of that phrase that I just used. I suppose it is rhyming, but it's less about the rhyming and the choose and use, like having the sounds, the mouth feel of the syllables that you're using. Those are techniques and tools that we use just as surely as artists use their tools and tricks, and musicians as well. I feel like what skilled writers do is a lot more invisible to the audience than what skilled musicians or skilled artists do. It's no less powerful, but it's unfortunate that it goes without being seen, because I mean, obviously, ideally, unless you're specifically trying to draw attention to your cleverness, most of the time you shouldn't be drawing attention to your cleverness. I think that's maybe part of why I like to talk about this sort of thing when I stream, because I want to draw attention to it. Damn it. Because this is what I like. This is what I do. This is the art form in which I have mastery. This is the art form in which I am trained. I may not always remember what everything is called, but I can talk about what was happening and why it's effective. Anyway, I went off on a tangent here. Thank you, Chrono. Poor Sarah. Mind, body, and soul. Is that why I'm feeling so bad lately? I'm not sure actually here what is the right answer, so we're gonna do this. If I say yes, I feel like I'm lying to everyone. If I do this other one, what happens if I do? Okay, so it's the same. The correct answer here, I think, is maybe. Because this has to be the right answer. The writing on this and the sentiment behind this is so beautiful, so powerful, and so important that it has to be the correct answer. This has to be the right choice. To be broken implies the potential of being fixed. If you have felt, you may feel again. I personally need this to be the intended best path. Yeah, I think the other way was 10% and this one was 15%. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. All right. I feel like if I contact Janet and Decker, I feel like that's the right answer. I don't know if I get friendship points with them, but I feel like cleansing Sarah with fire hurts her. Infusing her with light is beautiful and sad, because she says, I forgot what it feels like to be happy. I think I'm going to do this. I think that's really sweet, Chrono. Realizing that you're not broken and that the way you are is just the way you are, and there are tools that can help be easier to be you, but that doesn't mean that you're broken. You know? That just means that we all have to learn how to live. That's part of being human. And you just have to figure out what your particular way is. And maybe the world around you is really bad at teaching you, because other people have different ways of doing things than you. And so there's not so many people to learn from. And that's rough. But that doesn't mean you're broken. I think that reaching out to Janet and Decker is the right thing to do. Okay, yeah. So my relationship with each of those two went up from doing this as well. And my relationship with Sarah also went up. I think that's the correct answer. So we will dream. I'm sleeping. Shall I dream tonight? Yes. I do not like this dream. All right. So now we are on day 4. I think. I missed one. How do we fix the death water? All right, here's day 4. All right. Is day 4 the return of Asper? And also the Aethership? Is it the Aethership? Or is day 5 the Aethership? And day 6 is the ghost? Control panel. Day 4 is Asper and Pyreworm. Okay. Okay, so my Decker relationship is pretty good, and I think if I do things right with Pyreworm, I could get that up. Because my Decker relationship has to be 80, I think, for me to be able to talk through him to his boyfriend, which I hope is the right answer. It might not be. All right. Yeah, these relationships are all doing well, actually. Okay, what's going on here? Their mother, my grandmother. It's very sweet. I check the closets just in case. All secure. She's got to keep an eye on her family. All right. Oh man. All right. I like that she's just like, no, water is not something that I do. So I gain more firepower for doing this. This is what I'm supposed to do. So we're all good. All right. Let's do... So Decker has a sibling who has children, I assume. These are adorable. I beat you already. So you did. That is in fact why I have returned. Do not fret, my fiery friend. I am not here to trouble your little human collection. I am here for you. I'm sorry. I love his voice. I love the way he talks. And every time he talks, I picture Lancer. He's a little older than Lancer, but he's basically Lancer. I want there to be fan art of the poltergeist from this game and Lancer. I want Asper and Lancer hanging out, having some trouble. I want that crossover. I'm probably going to have to make it myself. Lancer is absolutely Earth/Chaos. That's adorable. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I feel like I should draw this. And then I can at least share it with the writer of this game. Because obviously she knows Undertale. So she probably knows Deltarune because this game references Undertale. So I think she would be amused by that. Where truth is real. Would Lancer be dark/chaos? That's a good question. I feel like because he's less harmful, I think he would be Earth. I feel like dark has an implicit danger to it. His father is the Chaos King. His father would be Dark Chaos, but he feels more like Earth Chaos. He feels more down to earth. He also likes digging holes because he's a spade. So that's Earth. Oh man. I think he's Earth/Chaos. You found Asper fan art? Okay, Chrono. Please share that with me so that I can use that to make Asper and Lancer hang out. All right. I cannot leave. I don't have hands. Thank you, Chrono. All right. Does this technique right here ever come up in any other way, or is it very specifically to make you feel as though you are stepping outside of the rest of the game? Nowhere else? Okay. Thank you. I was beginning to suspect that, but I initially thought that it wasn't that way, and I was very excited. All right. I really want to do this so badly. I'll have to make another save to do that at some point. Oh, that's neat. Okay, she looks at me. Ah, the riddling fire. I'm going to give her a hard time because I think that this is the appropriate thing to do. And I'm going to introduce myself as Null because that is the correct thing to do. All right, Null. All right, we're going to save here. The way to get dark, if I remember correctly, I think I got dark before, but I didn't come here. I got dark from fighting the nightmare. I don't trust myself to get this right. So I'm going to save here. This is Dark Death, right? I think. Okay, yes, the black hole. And this is Light and Order, the constellations. And this is Earth and Life, a planet. Oh, I got fear from that. I haven't gotten dark. I think you get dark from watching the lightsaber battle. You can watch either the light or you can watch the dark. So. That's cute, Blue Glass. I have learned about air. I am going to let Decker know about this. I think this is the correct thing to do. The firewall learned about air. That's odd and interesting. How did it manage that? I'm not sure, but it can get out now. That makes me uncomfortable. It'll probably be fine. I love how chill, like blasé, even positive. Janet's like, everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So air gaps. Okay, I think I know what to do with you, my friend. Fire and order. Why would you send a firewall after a firewall? I don't know. I am going to talk to her. The power of chaos was really funny though. I love that you tell her nonsense until she runs away screaming, basically. Oh. Oh, May. Okay, that's cute. Okay. It probably is a joke about air gaps. That seems like something that would make sense here. I is me. I love this. I love this right here. Bells just gets so mad. She's just like, yeah. You know, it's fantastic. I love that. I love this. In case you haven't picked up on her particular use of pronouns, it's just so beautifully done. Okay, so you should tell me who made you seems useful, because then you get an idea of who an enemy is. That's never really amounted to anything that I've seen, but I feel like that is a useful thing to get because you can also befriend her. So is it correct and good to ask, you should tell me who made you? That seems like the right choice here. Is that correct? I'm spinning a hair tie. Sophie likes to play with these. Just world building? Okay. I'll ask away. And then you should stay here. Vicious cycle. Omega Dawn. That sounds like that should be a reference to something in particular, but I don't know what it is. Stay here. Hang out on my couch and watch TV. I think I did pretty well. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Day 5. Is day 5 the Tribbles? And day 6 is Decker's ghost, right? I don't know that I'm high enough level for the Tribbles. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, my relationship with Decker is not high enough for the thing I need. But I think it might be high enough for the Tribbles. And you get more relationship from the Tribbles. Okay. Pretty sure this is the Tribbles day. I did just save. Hi, Sarah. What's wrong? Okay, tomorrow's the airship. Okay. So I have some time to get the ghost up. I think that I'm high enough for the Tribbles. I think that's what I need right now. I did just save, so I want to see this. Oh. Oh no. Okay. I knew this poor girl. Okay, we're gonna load this. I just had to see what happens, but I wasn't gonna do it. What is wrong? Okay, we're gonna scan for water and death. Initiate the scan. Yes. You could lie to her, but I wouldn't. Does it matter if you say yes or if you say treating symptoms was previously ineffective? I feel like these both go to the exact same point, if I remember correctly. That's a yes or no question. Feel free. I don't need the hat for that one. Is there a difference between these two? They're the same result. Okay. Thought so. It makes me feel better than you say a valid point. I like that. I debug Sarah. She's happy for now. It doesn't say how you debug her. Ah, yes. All right, so that's good. I don't think there's anything you can do there. I think that's just a little bit of world building and character building. Decker's apartment is empty, but I think I can talk to Pyreworm. Yes. Pyreworm says, let's be friends. Review the following. Can we do this? I love this. I love this. It's so cute. Review the following. Wikipedia entry friendship. Can we do this? It's so cute. It's so precious. Even knowing it's coming, it's still just so cute. Affirmative. We should schedule repeated informal encounters where we share ideas and personal feelings. Affirmative. Which I think this is important to remember, that a friendship is in fact built on sharing ideas and personal feelings. I know, especially with men, there's kind of an expectation that you can't share personal feelings, that that's not a safe thing to do with other men, or even outside of the context of a romantic relationship, and that's super unhealthy. So I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but if you're ever like, what can I do to help the world be a slightly better place? One of the things you can do if you're a dude is talk to your dude friends about feelings and just normalize that. And that just makes such a difference. For you, if you're not in the habit of opening up to all of your friends, having more people that you can talk to about your feelings is really good for you. And even if it's something that you are comfortable doing, it's possible that your dude friends are not comfortable with it. And so by opening up the possibility to them, you may have to work through their discomfort. They may have like a jokey reaction or a push away reaction, something like that. But if you can kind of get through that and be like, no, dude, it's chill. It's fine. Giving them a place where they can go means that they will have, like, overall just like a better, healthier place. Like, they will be in a better, healthier state. It also makes them less likely to get into unhealthy relationships with women, because they will no longer be kind of unhealthily expecting a woman to fulfill all of their emotional needs, because they will have dude friends who can also help do that, because all friends should be equally able to help carry a friend's emotional situation. And also, if you start normalizing it with them enough, like, they'll start normalizing it with other people, and it continues to spread out as this ripple effect of dudes helping dudes, helping dudes, helping dudes. And next thing you know, you have like an entire like subsection of groups of friends who are dudes who can talk about their feelings with each other. It's great. It's fantastic. And that makes a measurable difference, because maybe, you know, you're actually really pretty good at dealing with your feelings, and maybe you have a pretty healthy relationship with interacting with women. But probably somebody in your social circle or in your social circle's social circle does not have such a good situation with one or both of those. And so by starting a ripple effect of goodness among dudes in your region, in your area, those ripples could reach someone who really needs it, even if you aren't somebody who really needs it. So it's absolutely worth actively trying to put that into the world, because you never know. Down with toxic masculinity. Nothing more manly than crying with the homies. Dudes helping dudes, yes. Because dudes absolutely deserve love and support and friendship. They deserve to be told they're beautiful and special and that their feelings matter. But dudes also have to be doing some of the lifting of that as well. That can't just be ladies saying that. Non-binary folks, the gendered expectations that are placed on you are different, I think, or you have a different relationship with them. So I'm excluding folks outside of dudes and ladies from this specific conversation because I'm talking about specifically these gender roles. But if you are not in one of those categories, adapt what I say to be relevant to you, or this may just be advice that is not for you. And that's fine. Continue being your sweet self. All right. I feel like folks know what I mean, and there obviously are areas outside of this binary, but there are areas within the binary, and the binary has problems that we can work to take down. All right, so meanwhile, Bells and her sister have decided they will do friendship. And now we have a good friendship. This is high enough that I can trust her to help me in the end. So that's good. Okay. I think I did that correctly. So then the thing here is to do the Tribbles, which I think I'm high enough friendship for the Tribbles. Decker is here. Toby says I love them. Did Toby name one Garnet because it's Steven Universe? Because Garnet is a fusion. Sorry. I think so. Fuzzy sweet things that could eat depression while you cuddled them. And so that's why I think you're supposed to use them to help the children in the best ending. This is not a spiritual matter. This is a physical matter. What if we... Yay! Okay, I don't know if I'm high enough for this. We'll see. What if we hooked up Bells with the 33 Dream Printer? With an IO in the physical world, we could use its scanning system on physical entities, find the self-replicating aspect of their magic, and burn it out. Solve the problem and doesn't kill the little fuzzy things. Decker's like, oh my god, Janet, what do you think? I am on track. I am on track. This is proof that I am on track. The reason why the Tribbles thing is so difficult to achieve is because it needs you to be trying to figure out how to get your maximum points with Decker as much as possible. You need something prior to the situation with the ghost to prompt you to be thinking about how you can raise your points with Decker. And so the Tribbles are set up this way from a design perspective, I think, so that you can get this. So that you are then in a better position to tackle the one that's more emotionally meaningful. All right. Sure, why not? Okay, seriously, I was absolutely sure you were going to shoot that down. Because it assumes that getting Decker to be high enough friendship with you is hard at this point. Unless you do what I did the last time and you cheese it. You're always super paranoid about AI complications. It's a good solution, non-invasive, won't take a lot of power, and Bells has done a lot of good work for us. Awareness emergence is bad for network stability, and she has shown some tendencies in that direction, but given what she's done so far, I'm at least confident accessing new driver here. I just love the she. He just slips that in there. I feel good about this, so I'm going to save here. She? You called her a her. I called who a what? You called Bells a her, did I? It was just now. I was literally standing right here. It was a mistake. I like her too. Let's just do this. I love the random things that you get. Cheese. Buildings. Plants. Games. Oh, what game was that? What game was that? What was that? Before the bunny. Which ridiculous, unnecessarily complicated European board game was that? With the hexagons. It looked like it was hexagons in space. Did anybody recognize it offhand? Well, was that Catan? I thought it was in space. Okay. I mean, I know Catan is is hexagons. So maybe it was Space Catan. Is there a Space Catan? If there isn't, there should be. Can somebody confirm or deny the existence of Space Catan? Because I'm pretty sure that's Space Catan. Terraforming Mars? That would make sense. Oh, is Terraforming Mars a game? Okay. All right. Well, it looked like it was space. That's all. It looked like they were dark colored pieces, like board pieces. That's why I thought it was space. Gaia Project. Okay. Well, we have a couple of options it could be. Excellent. Shall we continue? I didn't know there were multiple Catans. I don't like board games. There, I said it. I don't like board games. Oh man, I have an aversion to playing board games. If you can find a board game I'm willing to play, you should be very proud of yourself. Most of the time, I just bring a sketchbook and hang out with other people while they play board games. I have an aversion to playing video games, or board games rather. So Dixit, I actually own a deck of Dixit cards because I just like the thought of them as a starting off point for writing exercises. But the people I played it with didn't quite play it the way you're supposed to play it, so I didn't play it properly. It is in space. I was right, it is space. Okay. Yes, Whooper, I'm exactly that. My brain melts and drips at my ears anytime anyone explains the rules. So either there have to be no rules, basically, or people have to be okay with explaining the rules and what I'm supposed to do literally every single turn. And so there's a game, the Fireworks card game. It's cooperative multiplayer. Hanabi. I will play that. I can be coerced into playing Love Letter. Actually, there was one really complicated game that I really got into watching. Like, I was watching it with an intensity that was almost the same as playing it. I was participating as watching it. It's the island game where you're a bunch of, like, spirits trying to stop colonization and protect the indigenous people of your island. It was really cool. It was a really cool game. And it's cooperative. It's really cool. It's really cool. And each of the spirits has its own gameplay style. And so if you're, like, a person who is averse to playing board games, it has, like, the really simple ones. And if you're somebody who, like, wants something super complicated, you just pick one of the complicated ones. And the gameplay is more complicated and interesting. Like, there's, like, there's complexity. No, it's not Twilight Imperium. It is something about an island. It's really, really cool. Because you're basically trying to stop the Spanish from invading the island, I think. They're conquistadors. The little figurines look like conquistadors. But it's really, really cool. It's cooperative. Oh, the space board game. It's Twilight Imperium. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. All right. I appreciate this tangent we've gone on, but that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes there's streams that are, like, new with, like, new viewers popping by, and if you are a new viewer popping by and you're looking, like, you're welcome. But with things like this, I generally assume it's mostly our little in crowd, so I worry less about rambling. Spirit Island, that is absolutely the one I'm talking about, the island that is spirits. It's really great. Spirit Island is fantastic because it is not super complicated. It is able to be followed on whatever. I just love the way that it has basically assist mode difficulty levels built into the individual spirits that you choose to play as. Like, that's just really, really clever design. So if you like board games, I recommend it because I don't even like board games and I was really excited about it. I might have played it if they'd played another round. But I was basically, like, sitting there, like, asking things, looking at things, talking about things. I also think ADHD meds have made it so it's slightly easier for me to follow what's happening in board games. Anyway, we went off on a big tangent about board games. Let's get back to open sorcery, shall we? Hey, it's okay, I got you. Yeah, the real world is kind of overwhelming at first. It's that way for us, too. I turned on filters, so you're not seeing everything at once. Now you'll just see the things you scan for. Scanning is a little different in the physical world because there's so much more stuff. Your matter and motive screens are going to look a little crazy. It might feel like a lot. But all you have to do is click on the words that describe the Funbuns. That's what I'm naming the fuzzy things. Funbuns. That'll let us zero in on them. Then we can fix them so that they stop tribbling all over the place. So let's get to it. Just in case you missed that they're Tribbles. Did I tell you I got my stepdad a Tribble for Christmas this year? Because I did. The general scan. They're small, they're fuzzy, like rabbits. No necks, just small black eyes, small pink noses, pressed into the sides of their spherical bodies. Their legs are very small, but they can roll around. Occasionally one squeaks and explodes, and then there are two. Janet created them to eat depression while being cuddled. They seem very eager to be held and pet. Let us save here. I think I'm on track for the best ending, but we'll find out. Funbun scan. All right. The matter, they are fluffy. They are warm. I think most of this is not true. They're not moonlit. They're not wooden. They're not metallic. Soggy, dirty, gloomy, fluttering, dim, smooth, wet, spicy, burning, gaseous. They are solid. They're not sharp. They're not shadowy, cold, luminous, murky, sinuous, bright, stable. I don't think so. Gritty, windy, dusky, hot, or lofty. No, I think they're fluffy, warm, and solid. I think solid. I'm not even sure about solid. I think I'm done selecting the matter. The motive. To heal. To hug. Avenge. Degrade. These are such interesting choices. I wonder if you pick the wrong answers here, if you can accidentally find something else. Protect. Heal, hug, protect. Maybe empower. This feels like this is the only time you use this particular kind of thing. It's really cool. It would be blue glass, but it wouldn't be unprecedented. Okay, let's go with this. Initiate the scan. Detected something. Funbuns detected. Yeah, because it's detected something. I do wonder. Actually, yeah. Yes or no question. Are there Easter eggs that you can sense there? Or other things that you can sense other than the Funbuns? If you do that? Not that Nick knows of. Okay. It just seems like something that she might put in there. That's all. Well, we will continue. Funbuns. I have locked onto the soft fuzzy things. I may now interact with them on a spiritual level. They are powerfully spiritually attuned to life and love. I touch them with my fire and burn away a little of the excess life. They can no longer create new matter. I feel different. I realize I have learned something. Life is the motive counter to death. It is not only the beginning, it is the process of growing, becoming more, a leaf unfurling, music in crescendo. It is not always good, a weed-choked garden, noise that deafens. But most things that have opinions are alive, so there is a bias. It's such a nice, like, dry humor. It's really funny. And life is purple. I should, in fact, alert Decker to what I have learned. The system has incorporated information about life. Decker's like, that's not surprising. This is flagged as a sign of potential awareness emergence. Decker's like, thanks for letting me know. Don't worry about it. So you get points for, he continues to trust you because you're telling him this. Next is the Aethership, in which you have to talk to him about Pyreworm, and I think you can do it in a way that builds your friendship with both of them. Okay, under sleep mode, now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Yes, absolutely. We We've done a pretty good job of going off on some pretty good tangents, but I actually think I might get the right ending. I think I might get the best ending this time. Which, if so, I think I would get it on my own. We're only getting about half of Lauren on camera. No, that is not intentional. I was wondering about that. No, I have the camera covered up by this because I'm only using one screen. I need to plug in my second screen and then I can have both. But as it is, yeah. So thank you for do let me know if I'm ever like not in frame. Chances are I don't know that I'm not in frame. There are, in fact, other things that can be found on the Funbun scan. Okay, well, we're going to save that, and we're going to go back and see what we can find. All right. We're on day 6, which is the Aethership. The 8 days is exactly the right amount. Because it makes it easy, even with my bad memory, I can keep track of what each day is. Man, okay, I'm gonna scan stuff with the Funbun scan. We'll do that another time. All right. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna scan for threats. Everything is having issues. No threats detected-ish. If that's detected-ish. If I go here, can I talk to anyone? Toby and his mother are making popcorn. I love this. They're making popcorn to watch the whatever's going on. Hi, Janet. Are you dealing with this thing? I am dealing with the thing. I should get friendship points for being human and talking to her, but she's fine with that. All right, Decker, here we go. Gonna save time, so in case I do this again, I don't have to do those. I assume there's nothing else. There's nothing else you can do there, right? All of that was just, you have to do that, right? There's nothing else that you can change with that, right? The rest of that day? Okay, that's what I thought. There was? Nick, there was something else you can do? I'm gonna do it. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna mash around things. Say affirmative. Okay, so she says the same thing every time. What else can you do? There's apparently something else you can do? What else can you do? I'm not sure what else you can do. Okay, hold on. We're going to try. I'm going to load this. Yeah, I was just going to say I'm going to load this and see if I can do Decker's first. Okay, scan for threats. Talk to Decker. And curses. Okay. All right. Gonna talk to Pyreworm. What's wrong? I'm gonna talk to Decker. Pyreworm is malfunctioning. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Pyreworm is my friend. Do you understand the concept of friendship? Yes. Stop making friends. Pyreworm is my friends. I'm going to do this, even though I'm sure this is the wrong answer. You made an imaginary friend program? We'll deal with this later. I don't think that's right. Okay, I'm going to load. So So you can lie there. And it doesn't have immediate consequences, but it probably will. Okay, hold on. I think that if you talk to Decker and do this right, I think you can... She's my friend. Okay, so my relationship is high enough now for this. The reference not recognized. It's something Janet likes. It's not important. Okay, so Janet is an Undertale fan. That's really cute. Can you help her? Yeah, I just love this. Yes, I can help the fucking virus you made friends with. I'm pretty sure this is the right thing to do because I think you become friends with both Pyreworm and Decker. Yes or no question, does it matter where you send her? It does matter where you send her. Because I could send her to Janet, or I could send her to watch over Sarah. Does it take a couple of days for me to see the results of this? It's not immediate, obvious. Okay. Because thinking through it... Because that's the thing, is like either she'll go to where Sarah is, but it's possible she could get hurt. Oh, did I just disconnect? Or am I... Oh, no, I'm on. Okay, I'm online. I don't know why it said. Okay. I am connected. Okay, we're still here. Good. Thank you. Sorry, there was a thing popped up in the corner. So I could send her to potentially keep an eye on Sarah, but she could get corrupted or hurt. Or... Oh, wait, no, because... Or she could go and I could send my sister to go meet my mom and my uncle and my grandma. That feels better, but also Sarah doesn't have a friend. There's good answers in both cases. But I have to wait until another day before I see the result, right? Where did I send her last time? Because I don't think I saw anything from where I sent her last time. I think I sent her to the school last time. So I think sending her to Janet's house is the right thing to do. She's my sister, and they're my family. So I'm going to send her to my family. I think. Oh no. That's what I think I want to do. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Wait, no. Do you remember where I sent her last time? Anybody? 'Cause I do not remember. God, this soundtrack is so good. How is this soundtrack so good? I don't know, but it's so good. It's seriously one of my favorites. Okay. All right. Okay, well, in that case, should I just straight up ask you which, like, would you like to tell me? There's really no reason not to, and I have my rationale behind it. And I assume, like, does something interesting happen even if you pick the wrong one? Because if not, just tell me the right one. Like, is it basically like either the thing happens or nothing happens? Because if it's either the thing happens or nothing happens, tell me the right thing. My instinct is right, so I do want to send her to Janet, my family. All right, I'll send her to my family. Okay, she's safe and sound. Happy ending. Now go do your job. No threats detected. Oh, maybe I can do something with that after. Okay, hold on. Okay. So then if I go here. It does actually immediately have relevance. Oh, that's exciting. Janet grumpily uses nail polish to paint stabilization runes on herself and an iPad. She occasionally pauses to chase crystals as they bounce out of their containers and slide up and down invisible waves of energy. Toby and his mother are making popcorn. Pyreworm is floating in the living room. Toby has noticed her and has left popcorn to say hello. Oh, that's so cute. So I can talk to Janet. I'm going to do this. Toby says, "Hi, you're not Bells." Pyreworm says, "Affirmative. I am Pyreworm.exe version 1.3. Please state access level." Toby says, "I'm an administrator. My name is Toby." Pyreworm says, "Pinging Administrator Toby with 32 bytes of data." Toby giggles and says, "That tickles." Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the best. Thank you for telling me that I should go back and do Decker's first. Okay. Okay, this is delightful. So it doesn't really do anything except give you a little Easter egg of cuteness and probably something later down the line. Pyreworm and Toby know each other now. Let's talk to Janet. Janet says, "Are you dealing with this thing?" "I am dealing with this thing." Okay. This is 100% the right thing to do. I feel good about this. We're just going to go through here. Go through everything. Continue monitoring. Need scan. 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 Yeah, because there's nobody here for Pyreworm to interact with. So it wouldn't be cute. Okay. All locations scanned. It's earth and order. I love that it's hard to detect direction. That it's too close and it shouldn't be here. Lightning. Okay. So I can gain an ability if I do this, but if I talk to Janet and Checker. So if I'm trying to get magic, then I want to go there. But I don't think I gain any sort of relationship with these two if I pick to actually talk to the Aethership, as cool as it is. And it's very cool. And I'm pretty sure you can unlock really cool things. Did I say Janet and Checker? Janet and Decker. Look. I have no excuse. Yes. So we're going to go forward with this. But you can do very cool things that way. But ultimately, as cool as exploring other things is, and as neat as it would be to learn to drain the pond that the water ghost opens up in the basement, what matters is not getting the magic. What matters is getting the relationships. I can see that, Nick. Well, but ultimately what matters the most is her relationships, and it is our relationships more than what we learn that defines us as human. I think is the argument being made there, and I happen to be in agreement. All right, so we're going to go with this. Should I dream tonight? Yes. Maybe the secret to dreaming is that it needs to be personal. I will throw out the random number generator. I will use my internal system variables to generate this next dream. The room is warmed by a roaring fireplace. The floor is warm and pulses with its own heartbeat. I am here with Sarah. We are embracing, then everything dissolves into shifting colors. The walls of the room are striped, gray on gray, perfectly straight, perfectly even. It is so peaceful. So that's fire and order. This is not a room. There are no walls, only sky. I am standing in sky. I am wind, not fire, formless and light. So strange. The room is on fire. The room is filled with me. It is so natural to burn and never die. How strange it must be to be human and never feel flame. They must be so cold. Wet is dry, 2 is 5, up is sideways, the room slants, one wall is curved, and the ceiling is painted with a checker pattern that never ends. My head hurts. The walls are covered in ivy. The ground is green with grass. In the center of the room there is a plum tree. I ask the plum tree, how do you grow inside this room? The plum tree answers, you dream me growing. This makes sense. I have no more dreams. Okay. So my relationships do not give me more dreams. But the friendship with Sarah is important. That was different. I have dreamed. It is now time to scan again. Exiting sleep mode. All right. I feel as though that was correct. I feel as though I am on track to get the best ending. Hey, Blues. I am on track to get I think I'm on track to get the best ending. Others may disagree, but I feel good about this. We have opted against a few cool things like the Aethership, but in so doing, we have built up. Yes, our relationships are doing great. Actually, we have learned air, chaos, and life. Not too bad, honestly. Chaos isn't a bad thing. Darkness and death are concerning. Chaos itself is not inherently concerning. I even have a little bit of a relationship with Mrs. Best. But yeah, things are good with everybody else. Okay. Did I save here? I did. So this is Decker's ghost. I'm going to start with him and we'll see how this goes. I might have to load some saves. He is sick. I feel like if you aren't close friends with Decker, the I am going to find it and stop it. I don't think it's written that way if you're not friends with him. Oh, in other news, Pyreworm is not here. She must still be at Janet's house. I'm going to save us a little bit of time. Do I want to do Janet's house first, or do I want to do Decker's house first? Yeah, because I feel like I would have noticed the possessiveness, but there wasn't possessiveness. And possessiveness would have felt out of place unless you work hard at making a relationship with Decker. And it helps that it takes you a little while as a player to figure out how to have a relationship with Decker. It develops him as the like tough nut to crack character too. And so you come to know him better. I don't know. It works better. All right. So we're going to do Decker's first. And then we'll go and do Janet's. Okay, so that's nice. Pyreworm stays at Janet's house. That is good. That did not happen last time when I sent her to the school. So, yay. Maybe she and Toby are friends. That'd be great. I'd be really happy. Scan for matter and motive. Okay, so this is going to be light and life. Initiate scan. Oh, wait. It's light and love. Sorry, I forgot. And yes, the Stellaris music, I love Stellaris' soundtrack, and it's perfect for this. There's a human made of light, a spirit that once had a body. I have never had a body. A spirit with old body habits. It sits on the bed. Respecting physical objects is a body habit. I do not respect physical objects because I do not have a body. So, emphasis. If one were to say, a spirit that once had a body, I have never had a body. I think that's probably the right place to put the emphasis in that sentence, right? I have never had a body. I think that's correct. To correct myself here, I'm trying to get better at this. I will be doing more reading of things in the future if all goes well. So I'm practicing. It's good for me. What do I do? Give it life. Let's do this, shall we? I will try to bring the ghost back to life. I know how life works. It shouldn't be too hard. I try to interface with Andy, but he is not part of my network. I do not have permission. Perhaps I can remote into Andy via Decker. Yeah, Blue Glass, that was my first reading, was I have never had a body. But I don't know if that's correct. I don't know. These are the things that I think about. Relationship test Decker. Relationship acquired 80%. Relationship at 80%. Relationship test passed. Let's take a moment to be pleased with this. Yes, this works. Decker and Andy were very close, and I can send commands via TCP, Telepathic Communications Protocol, using my relationship with Decker as a proxy. Decker won't even notice. He is busy crying. I reach out with my grid lines. I plug them into the spirit, direct current. I am the outlet. It does not notice. I attempt to bring it to life. This seems like a bad idea, but everything in her intent is good. She has pure intent to try to make Decker happy. The spirit flickers brighter for a moment, but nothing more. Bringing the dead back to life seems to be more difficult than I had anticipated. This is probably why humans do not do it willy-nilly. Perhaps if I used more power. I'm pretty sure that doing something else is the right thing to do, but since we're here anyway, shall we? We're going to try to use some firepower. Pour my power into the spirit. I filter my power, straining out destructive impurities, weaving in the motive of life. Fire as life, flickering light on a cave wall. Warmth in the dead of winter. It does not work. The warmth does not stick. That which was not spent, returns to me. We're just going to see what happens if we do this. I pour my power into the spirit. 30%. Okay. Flickering light on a cave wall. Warmth in the dead of winter. Prometheus steals from the gods. It does not work. It returns to me. 50 firepower. Flickering light on a cave wall. Warmth in the dead of winter. Prometheus steals from the gods. A bird nests in embers. Ooh. The phoenix. Rise is the option. It does not work. I love that the phoenix rise is the option, so you think perhaps it will work. See what happens if we use all of our firepower here. Fire is life, flickering light on a cave wall, warmth in the dead of winter. Prometheus steals from the gods. A bird nests in embers. Oh, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing that one. Hold on, give me just 1 second. Yeah, I'm just getting the pronunciation for this. Okay. Xiuhtec. Here we go. Please. Oh. Oh. I don't know how to read that. I'm trying to look up the pronunciation of this, and I'm failing. I am so sorry, folks. Normally, okay, the X is a sh, so it would be like Shiu Tekutli? Shiu Tekutli? Tekutli? I'm not quite sure. But I am Shiu Tekutli. Okay. All right. I may ask my roommate afterwards. She does much better with these than I do. She has a better sense for them. Yeah, I know the tli is not there. There's certain sounds that if you don't grow up speaking them, they are much harder to sound correct, but you can usually get close enough to be respectful. And that is my intent, is to be close enough to be respectful. The thing is, if I encounter a name that is in origin a European language that I am comfortable enough with, I can try to pronounce it, and I feel comfortable doing so. If I encounter a name that is in Japanese, or that is a Chinese origin seeming name, I'm a bit more comfortable, I think, trying to read a Japanese name because the pronunciations are a bit more straightforward. But I will still try my best with a name that is Chinese origin. But as we get to languages that are farther and farther away from what I hear regularly, it is harder for me to approximate them. But I do not want to other those languages and the people from those cultures enough to be like, oh, I just can't say that. But I also don't want to stumble through it and say that's close enough, it doesn't matter. And so I want to try to treat the names from all cultures with the same level of respect and decency, regardless of their origin. And if it is a language that I am not as familiar with, the fault is in my knowledge, and that is something that can be remedied. So this is something I want to encourage everyone to do. Do not other names and say that is too far removed outside of my experience for me to try, but also make a genuine effort to try to get it right. And if it is a particular power dynamic between your language and your culture and their language and their culture, that you want to be especially careful, make sure you keep that in mind. Yeah, that's my feelings on the matter. Other people may disagree, but I feel like if I am allowed to butcher a name in French, but try, I have a very hard time with French. It is way too vowel heavy for me. But if I'm willing to try to say a name in French, I can try to say a name in a language that I'm even less familiar with if I do the research to look it up. So I tried. I did not do well, but I did not fail at trying. And we will take that. That is a non-zero level of success. All right. So the god of fire smiles at me. Rise. It's working. It's working. I feel him rising. I feel him growing warm. I'm losing myself. I have spent everything that I am. It is all with him. He is warm and rising, but I am error, battery dead. Error, unexpected shutdown. Shutting down. Andy says, Decker, why are you crying? Decker, stop. Talk to me. What's wrong? Decker says, you can see me? Andy says, well, yeah. And what I see is real nice, but I'm not a fan of the tears. That's really sweet. There's a lot of personality in just these few lines. Decker says, This doesn't make sense. You're just emotional resonance, a bundle of archived memories. Andy says, no, I'm not tech talk, babe. I'm me. Decker says, you're solid. Andy says, well, not at the moment. But if it will make you feel better. Oh my God. To which Decker says, will you please stop flirting with me and take something serious for once in your life? You're supposed to be... Andy is making an explicit joke, a double entendre. Inappropriate. Rated M for mature. I love how, like, Decker here, just, will you please stop flirting with me and take something serious for once in your life? You're supposed to be, like, Andy is so Andy in his response that Decker talks to him like he's Andy instead of like he's dead. Andy says, what? Decker says, ... Andy says, what am I supposed to be? Decker says, what's the last thing you remember? Andy says, I don't know. Yesterday? I had an awful dream about a car crash, and I'm awfully muzzy. Maybe you can ask me again after coffee. Decker says, ... I need to check some log files. Time passes. Some large number of CPU cycles. 36,000 seconds, 600 minutes. 10 hours. I wake. Bel's OS Elemental Firewall Toolkit version. System up and stable, opening sorcery. Janet says, hey, welcome back to the waking world. Firepower plus 50%. Firepower is at 50%. Continue. Janet says, I don't know what you did, but Andy's back. It's amazing. We're still trying to figure out how to deal with it in terms of death certificates and stuff. Decker's so happy it's upsetting him and he's weirded out and having trouble dealing with feelings. He's kind of a mess, in short. That's why he's not here. Also, he really doesn't know what to say to you. Give him time. Decker's so happy it's upsetting him. And he's weirded out and having trouble dealing with feelings. Thank you, Janet. You're very good with words, child. I didn't expect that to work. There's got to be consequences. There's got to be consequences. You can't just bring Andy back from the dead. Can you? I mean, I did connect with a god of fire to do this. So... in the meantime, whatever you did, you probably should never do it again. You completely depleted your power reserves, which shut you down and put your elemental side in a critical state. You almost died. I replaced your power source and spoon-fed Vulcan Aether, that's a fancy word for fire magic, into you, but I don't think you'll ever be as strong as you were before. I love what you did, thank you, but you've got to take care of yourself too. You're not just a program anymore, that's clear now. You're worth protecting too. We don't want to lose you. That's really beautiful. The thing is, I don't think that there would be even a doubt in her mind. I'm actually crying. I don't think there would be a single doubt in her mind that this would be absolutely worth it and she would do it again. You cannot tell me Bells wouldn't do this again. She would. If any of the people that she loves died tragically, I think that by the time they get old and their time comes, she'll have come to understand things well enough to know that when your time comes, your time comes. But if something terrible happened to one of them, I think she would bring them back, regardless of the consequences to her. She is the fire that protects. And I love that Janet says we don't want to lose you. Like, we love you too, basically. Like, obviously, you are a good and wonderful person, and we love you too. And yeah, you're worth protecting too. Protecting is her word. She is the fire that protects. You should protect yourself as well. Oh, I didn't think that was going to go the way it did, but I'm so happy it did. How beautiful. How absolutely beautiful. And yeah, protect yourself before you wreck yourself. Put your gas mask on, your oxygen mask, excuse me. Put your oxygen mask on before helping the person beside you, and so on. Well, I'm glad to know that I've broken Decker by making him happy. What a grump. Scan complete. No threats detected, but Decker relationship at 100%. I feel different. I realize I have learned something. A soft fire burns inside of me, and this fire belongs to someone else. But it is inside of me. How strange. Decker owns this gentle fire. It is my purpose to protect, but it is my wish to protect Decker. This is different. Decker relationship at 100%. System change. Learned about love. Last time it was Sarah. I think it makes sense. Yeah, one of those that only worked because the person who did it didn't know it was impossible. Well, because there's just such incredible, pure, innocent, childlike. Something is making Decker sad and I will fix it. How hard can this be? I have the power to do this, so I'll do it. It's beautiful. And because of what we know about the way magic works in this world, it works. It is strange that I am learning. It is a sign of potential awareness emergence. If I experience awareness emergence, I may become unstable. Should I flag myself as a potential threat and alert Decker of what I have learned? I'm going to save just in case. But yes, tell Decker that you love him. Okay, so my guess here is that because you just brought Decker's boyfriend back from the dead and are making him happy again, you deserve for Decker to be the one that you have this love with. Also, he's the harder one to get. So I think probably it is possible to have gotten the 100% with Janet and Sarah. It is hardest to get the 100% with Decker. So with the expectation that you're going to play this game in a number of playthroughs, you'll have seen those two. This is the point. You deserve for it to be Decker this playthrough when you're on track for this. I will output my decisions into a log file and email him the file as an attachment. I will mark the email potential threat. He will know what to do. So it just pulls the same generic thing. It doesn't say I learned to love because of you. It just says I've learned what love is. My relationship with Janet can't get any higher, but if it could, it would. I'm gonna look at everything else now. I'm gonna go to Janet's house. I'm gonna see her and see if Pyreworm and Toby are hanging out. Because Toby can see the spirits now because of the incident with the nightmare. Let's do this. Scan for threats. Janet and her mother are asleep. Toby and Pyreworm are together standing in front of Toby's closet. They're going to fight the nightmare together. Toby says, "So you're saying my closet is haunted?" Pyreworms. Administrator Toby's analysis is 40% accurate. Administrator Toby's clothing storage unit is a portal to a dark aligned area of the web. Toby says, "The web? You mean like the internet?" Pyreworm says, "Negative." Excerpt from Mystopedia entry on the web. A subconscious network of human consciousness composed of sympathetic relationship threads that form a web-like structure. Spiritually located beneath the physical world. Also see Where Our Souls Go to Dream. Also see Birthplace of All Spirits. Toby says, "Wow. Were you born in the web?" Pyreworm says, "The fire matter used in my construction was." Toby says, cool. To which Pyreworm says, negative, actually extremely high in temperature. Toby says, no, I mean, just Google it later, okay? Was part of Bells born in the web? Pyreworm says, affirmative. So my closet is the door to the place where spirits come from and where people go to dream. Affirmative. And it's pointed at a really dark and creepy place. Affirmative. And that's why I see creepy stuff coming out of it. Affirmative. This sucks. Affirmative. I'm sorry. I don't usually do voices, but sometimes they're really fun. This is really cute. It's that final affirmative. You just picture like in the exact same tone of voice, but you know that it's not just that tone of voice too, you know? Oh man, adorable. Continue. Hey, Bells is here. Hi, Bells. Look what we found. I think it's a threat. We detected it. He's so proud of himself. What a child. This is the best thing ever. Thank you so much for encouraging me to send Pyreworm here. This is so great. My acronym is pronounced Bell /S. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give him a hard time for how he says my name. Bells. Bell. Bells. We have other priorities. That is sufficient. I'm sorry, that was very worth doing. Oh, see, I'm thinking of the bells. Hear the ringing of bells. Silver bells. I used to have more of that poem memorized, but it has been a while. If you ever want a tongue twister, learn to recite The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe. Absolutely beautiful onomatopoeia. But boy, howdy, does he play with some alliteration, consonants, assonants, all sorts of sounds. He plays with sounds. That poem is meant to be read out loud. If you're not careful, I'm just going to read just a little bit of it. I feel like I've encountered... This is not the first time that I have referenced this. What game had The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe in it? Because that has happened. This is not the first time I've talked about this on stream. I swear to God. Hear the sledges with their bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to tinkle with a crystalline delight. Keeping time in a sort of runic rhyme to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, bells, from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. And it goes on. Was it the tintinnabulum from Final Fantasy VI? I bet it was. Look. So there's this thing I was saying about being a lit nerd. Be glad that we're not actually doing Lauren Teaches literature. Anyway, it's a great poem. It really is. It's fantastic because it goes through different kinds of bells, and each bell has a different sound. And you can hear it in the word choice. It's brilliant, but very playful. Interesting, because Poe is not necessarily the most playful writer, but he was playful in that poem. Anyway, open sorcery. Detected threat confirmed. Opening topic. Action steps. What are we going to do about this thing? So we're talking about what we're going to do. Well, we could tell Janet. She'd probably know what to do. Affirmative. Contacting other administrators is always an option. Close exposed port. Affirmative. Viable option. Achievable with your assistance. Alternative. Enter exposed port and cleanse inhospitable area. With fire. Affirmative. With fire. Or we could talk to them and ask the dark things to stop coming through. Affirmative. Alternate proposal accepted as viable. Okay, so we could close the door. Together, we could do that. We could go in there or we could set it on fire. Cleanse in the hospitable area with fire, with fire, with fire, with fire. I'm sorry, that's just really funny. Or we could talk to them. Oh, we've got so many options. Okay, so which thing are we going to do? Oh my god. There's too many choices. We're going to try them all. All right, you ready? I just like this, like we're going to cleanse it with fire, with fire, with fire, with fire, with fire. Let's start with alerting Janet and see what happens. I inform Janet about the dark portal in her brother's closet. She rises blearily but wakes quickly as soon as she understands. Toby sits on his bed and watches her seal the portal with her iPhone. The situation is handled. No threats detected. This is not correct, though. Toby needs to learn to fight his own battles. Actually, no. Back to. I have this thing. I shouldn't have this ad. But resume game. Okay, if that's detected. Okay, hold on. No, we're going to load that. I'm pretty sure that his nieces are going to get him in trouble, but we're going to teach him how to deal with things on his own. On a purely gamification level of things, if we're going to gamify our relationships here, our relationship with Janet is already 100%, but our relationship with Toby's not. So let's work on that. Close the portal with Pyreworm's help. Pyreworm and I converge on the portal. We thread lines of red power through the fabric of it, tearing and remaking. We work together well. Toby sits on his bed and watches us. The situation is handled. +5 to relationship with Toby, +10 to relationship with Pyreworm. This might be better because I do need a relationship with both of these. However, let's see what happens. Okay, banish this ad forever. Oh, I thought you had to do something. Okay. We're going to load this. Let's go deal with the nightmares, shall we? Achievement unlocked, Extreme Nightmare Hunter Toby. Oh, delightful. Okay, let's see how this goes. Toby grabs his flashlight and stuffed cat. Pyreworm flexes her grid lines of fire. I free myself from the bounds of my network using the power of air and the trick that Asper taught me. We walk into the closet. So you'd have to have a bunch of abilities in order to be able to do this. Well, this is a pretty good ghost busting team, don't you think? At the back of Toby's closet behind his raincoat, there's another door. We open it and discover a spiral staircase leading down. We descend into the web. I'm sure this will end well for everyone. The stair goes on for a long time. Despite the considerable glow of 2 creatures of fire and Toby's flashlight, the dark is still oppressive. I scan the area and detect 5 distinct threats. This is its home. We reach the bottom of the staircase. Detected threats. We are now in a text adventure game. Thank you, Open Sorcery. All right. Do I want to do this? You can't get you flask. I do want to do this. Okay. I will do it then. All right. We're going to have to figure out how to solve all of these, aren't we? All right. We are at the end of our empty slots. Save. Back to game. Go west. There's a hat rack. There's a doormat. A square stone room. A hat rack. This hat rack is entirely covered in hooks and chains. That doesn't sound good. There's a doormat. Says unwelcome. Go west. Hey, Josmea, welcome. This corner of a cavern has a closet and a very tall mirror. A thin man stands in front of the mirror examining himself. It must be difficult because he has no eyes. Is this Slender Man? Closet is completely filled with black suits. A very tall mirror. I have not seen many mirrors, but of all the mirrors I have seen, this is definitely the tallest. We are actually playing, we're not actually playing a text adventure, but we're playing an interactive fiction story, but it has temporarily gone text adventure. Briefly. All right, so here's Slender Man. We could confront the man. Go south. This corner of the cave has been converted into a kitchen. There is a dirty stove and a cupboard. Everything smells of grease and blood. A squat red creature in a dirty chef's hat crouches over a pot on the stove. I do not want to know what is in there. I am glad that my olfactory scanners are optional. I hope I said that word correctly. A squat red creature in a dirty chef's hat is cooking something terrible. I don't know what that one is. This corner of the cave is unusually well lit. There is a broken lamp and a table, a few books and board games. A man with hooks instead of hands is trying to complete a jigsaw puzzle. Oh. Oh. We're taking a lay of the land first. Okay. Wait. The hat rack and the doormat. Go east. Go east again. The caves are long and winding and dark. It is very dark. We may be eaten by a grue. Okay, well, we're going to look at this here. So dark that 2 fire elementals cannot penetrate it. We may be eaten by a grue. A grue is a term for a predatory monster that dwells in the dark. It likes eating adventurers. We qualify as adventurers. That's really funny. Okay, I have played Zork. I'm not very good at the original Zork. I've also played one of the 3D Zork games way back in the day. I wonder if we can eat the grue. Do we want to confront the grue? And then you die from grue poisoning? I probably should have started with something else. Let's start with something else. Okay. There's a hat rack, hooks and chains. There's a doormat that says unwelcome. Let's talk to this man. The hook man abandons his doleful poking at the puzzle. He scowls and menaces us with his hook. We could burn it with fire, use the flashlight, or try and make friends. Let's see if we can make friends. Toby slowly approaches the table with his hands up. The hook man watches him suspiciously. Toby starts helping him with the jigsaw puzzle. In a couple of minutes, they have a system where the hook man points with his hook and Toby puts the pieces together. That's really cute. After they have completed the puzzle, which is a picture of a scenic meadow, Toby explains the issue of monsters coming through his closet. The hook man agrees not to do that anymore. A man with hooks instead of hands is gazing contentedly at a completed puzzle. All right, I'm going to try to befriend them all. Maybe. I'm definitely befriended that one. I don't know how befriending all of them is going to go, but we can try it. Please don't eat people. The greasy red creature and growls at us. This has not been as proofread as the rest of the game. It has long red teeth. Grease drips off of its nose and onto the ground. Let's try to make friends. Oh. Toby tries to make friends by asking about its cooking. The greasy creature is delighted and offers to let Toby taste what it is making. You lose friendship. Greasy monster agrees not to bother Toby anymore. It leaves to hunt more ingredients. Toby did not like that. I don't think that's good. Yeah, well, so we have a character, Sarah, who, I'm sorry, is going to make me think of Labyrinth, and we have a Toby. Oh, I was thinking of Toby like Sarah's little sister from Labyrinth, but Toby as in Toby Fox. Maybe. Well, let's try to befriend everybody. Pot on the stove. All right. We'll try this a couple of different runs. Let's try talking to Slender Man. See how this goes. Do we know Toby Fox isn't the kid from Labyrinth? We, you know, we don't know for sure. That is an important point that you raise there. This one feels different, really bad different. Like I kind of think we should leave before he notices us. Pyreworm says, motive scanners detect cataclysmic levels of chaos and nothing. Very unusual. Concur with Administrator Toby. Well, let's try not to get this child murdered. But we might get this child murdered. I'm so sorry. Confront the man. Confronting detected threat. The thin man looks at you without eyes. He seems amused. Try to make friends. Toby approaches him. The thin man reaches down to take his hand. The thin man leads Toby into the shadows on the wall. I obviously follow. Pyreworm follows me. We are never seen again. Oh dear. Is that the Slender Man thing? Does he lead you into the shadows? 'Cause I don't know. I genuinely don't know what Slender Man's thing is. I just know that he's thin. And this guy's thin. Okay. He abducts children. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's not good. I don't like that. Let's try. We're going to fight him. It's probably going to fail. Turns the flashlight. Achievement unlocked. Madness in the dark. Achievement unlocked. Nightmare Hunter Toby. Toby turns his flashlight straight on the monster. It illuminates what he truly is. He is null pointer exception. No eye. File not found. Oh, maker eye. File should not be found. Ah. Okay. That did not work so well. I don't know if there's anything we can do. Let's burn it with fire. Pyreworm and I extend our grid lines of fire. He extends 1,000 black tentacles. He smothers us. We are gone. Okay. Alright. Apparently we cannot do anything with Slender Man. Okay. We'll go south. Oh, there's a scarecrow. I don't think we'd seen the scarecrow before. Here the floor is loam instead of stone. Withered gray plants lie limply in rows. A scarecrow stalks back and forth. Confront the scarecrow. The scarecrow lunges at us as we try to pass into its small field. We will have to deal with it before going south. Let's confront the scarecrow. Its limbs are long and wrong. A crow is inside of his head, struggling to get out. Now and then its beak tears through one of his eye holes. It does not look at us. See what happens. Try to make friends. Toby takes a small canteen of water out of his backpack. Pyreworm and I back up a bit because it's water and they're fire. They would let you know this, so I feel that I should let you know this as well. Toby sneaks up to the side of the field and starts watering the plants. When the scarecrow lunges at him, he tries to show it what he's doing. The scarecrow pauses. It looks at the water and the plants. Its face does not move, but I can feel the lack of comprehension. Confusion creates stillness, but now it just watches him. It sees that other people can care for the field. It stands and watches as Toby waters every plant. Here the floor is loam instead of stone. The plants are looking a little better. The scarecrow watches them quietly. Okay, go south. The caves are long and winding and dark. Bells says, I am detecting one less threat in the area. Toby says, one of the monsters must have wandered off by itself. Pyreworm says, conclusion probable. I wonder if that means that Slender Man has emerged into the real world to wreak havoc. The shadows are thickening literally. On the west side of the room, they form a solid wall. Let's see what happens. We cannot pass through the walls of shadows. Based on our readings, it is made up of a buildup of darkness and fear. If we get rid of more of the threats on this side, it will probably return to its natural, intangible state. Okay. Go east. Go north. Go east. Well, we might as well confront the Gru. So this is at the start of everything here. I'm going to go ahead and start deleting my day 2 saves because I think we're far enough in that we're good. Okay, let's confront the Gru. We are pretty sure there is a Gru here. Pyreworm says she detects an intense death motive concentrated in a very small space. Something tiny in the darkness that really wants to eat us. Try to make friends. Toby takes gummy worms out of his pocket and throws them one by one into the darkness. We hear munching. Toby drops the gummy worms closer to us. At some point he starts yelling because something is chewing on his arm. He gets it off but is shaken by the experience. He throws the rest of the gummy worms far away into the dark. The Gru wanders off after them. Continue. Toby is shivering. Use love to reassure Toby. Give Toby firepower. We will be all right. You do not need to be afraid. I will protect you. Protection is how I love. Toby says, I love you too. Thanks, Bells. Plus 20% to relationship with Toby. Toby relationship at 80%. It is very dark here, but we will not be eaten by a Gru. I love that we use love for that. Who have we not? I mean, to be fair, the door was open. We did not open the door. The problem is, that the door has been open and that they just come and go. So if he was gonna go, he was gonna go. So who else is there? Who have we not encountered? Okay, that's a friend. That guy went away. He's gone. There's nothing here. Hooks and chains. The doormat that says unwelcome. I feel like that should be a reference to something in particular, but I don't know what it is. We will not be eaten by a Gru. Go south. Okay. Okay, on the west side of the room there was a curtain of darkness. It looks like we could push through. Let's go west, shall we? The shadows are darker here. There is a familiar one crouched by the wall. Confront the familiar nightmare. There is a shadow on the wall. It is deeper than the other shadows. Its claws are sharp as the edge where light meets dark. Its smile is the crescent moon, a silver curve of teeth. Let's see if we can befriend it, shall we? Combat. I can't find... Oh, something went wrong. Try to make friends. Toby puts the flashlight down on the ground. He takes a step toward the nightmare. It skitters back. Shadow thing growls. Toby says, you don't have to be scared. I mean, I know you have to be fear. Bells says that's part of what you are. But you don't have to be scared. I know I chased you with the flashlight before, but now I won't hurt you. I know you. The shadow thing goes, shh. It says, look at me, I'm doing sound effects. Toby says, I think I've known you for a long time. I think you used to be smaller before Dad died. Oh. I think you got bigger when that happened. Maybe because it happened. Does that make sense? Bells? Bells, ever helpful. Excerpt from Mistopedia entry on fear spirits and trauma. Normally benign or even symbiotic, fear scavengers help clear away old emotions and make room for new ones. However, during traumatic events, they can glut on the excess of their motive, grow and create vicious cycles wherein they engender the emotions they need to sustain their increased size. See also Night Terrors, PTSD, Creepypasta. That's an interesting way of putting it. So a fear scavenger will eat a little bit of the leftover fear and just get by. But if something happens that makes you fearful a lot, then they become so big that in order to then continue existing at the size that they are, they have to make you be afraid so that you keep producing the fear that they need to maintain their size. Okay. Toby says, yeah, so you're supposed to be here. You just kind of got out of control. And it's making little mewling noises. Toby says, I'm going to hug it now. Bells. I advise caution, Administrator Toby. Expressions of affection can be easily misinterpreted by spirits whose primary motive is fear. Toby says, yeah, but it's my fear. I'm going to hug it. I love this child. I love this child. I'm going to hug it. I'm going to hug it. Toby hugs his fear. Then he plays with it a little. On closer examination, it has floppy ears. Plus 15% with Toby. Toby relationship at 95%. Almost 100% there. Detective threats 1. The shadows are darker here. Toby's nightmare is here. It has formed a tail. It wags it. Oh, Desmaya, also, we've changed bots. So the rules might have changed. I don't remember. If somebody else remembers how to add quotes. Oh, only mods can add quotes. Okay. I think I did that to make it so that the quotes would be sensible. But if somebody else wants to add that. That's really beautiful. I didn't realize that the nightmare that Toby confronts is his own nightmare. Or that it has to do with... Because you kind of wonder about the pieces of the families that you don't see. So you have all of these horror creatures. Everything. Detected threat 1. Oh, wait. There's a north from here. Wait. No? Okay. So... There's a north from where... Oh, from where Toby's nightmare was? Okay. Oh, there is. Okay, I see. In the center of this chamber, there is a well. The air is damp. We will go down the well. First, however, we will save the game. I do not remember. So we're going to go with this. We will confront an enemy here. We climb down. The air is very damp. There is something here. There is something sleeping at the bottom of the well. It is very large. I'm concerned. Perhaps this is where and when you can seduce it. I wonder if I can make friends with it. If I can heal it specifically. Well, I'm gonna smooch a ghost. Confront the hungry ghost. Confronting detected threat. She is terrible and huge and wet and sleeping. Try to make friends. I'm not letting Toby anywhere near that thing. I'm pretty sure that none of this is going to work. She is a creature of death, not darkness. The light does nothing to her. She stirs in her sleep. Confront the hungry ghost. Burn it with fire. This is not going to work. Pyreworm and I extend our grid lines of fire. We burn the sleeping water beast in her lair. Arrgh. The well is filling with water. We climb out quickly. The caves are flooding with water. We run through them. Toby grabs his new pet nightmare on the way out. The water has almost reached Toby's shoulders when we reach the staircase. Pacifist run. We run up the staircase. We slam the closet door. Toby and his nightmare pant. Pyreworm and I cycle our CPUs rapidly. I got the pacifist run ending. or achievement. Toby says, okay, that was big. Val's log alert flagged important with Pyreworm.exe. Affirmative? Help me seal this portal. Affirmative. Pyreworm and I converge on the portal. We thread lines of red power through the fabric of it, tearing and remaking. We work together well. Toby sits on his bed and watches us. He pets his nightmare. The situation is handled. System change +5 to relationship with Toby. Toby relationship at 100%. Plus 10% with Pyreworm. Pyreworm relationship at 80%. Whew. Is that the end of the game? Does it not come out again? How interesting that, so Slenderman is out in the world. He did that on his own. He can't go back down. So I don't really know what this is going to do to the ending. Is this really how the creature, like, did we actually burn the creature? Or is it going to come out and be extra mad? I don't know. But my relationship with Toby is maxed. No threats detected. Continue monitoring. Well, I have raised the dead and confronted the creature in its lair. I got a pacifist run going down into the dark with Toby, so, like, cool. Determination. There were no determination jokes there. None. But that is really cute. All right, I'm going to make a save. Oh, that's right. He does have a friend. I don't remember which any of these are, so I will leave the well alone because just in case I shouldn't have done that, we can go back and do it right. Maybe this means that that creature's not going to come back. Maybe Sarah's okay. Maybe. Scan for threats. It is night. I prowl the halls, tracing the path Sarah walked, looking for signs of death and water. I find nothing. Scan for threats. Thanks, ladies. Good job. All right, let's do this. Now I am sleeping. Should I dream tonight? Yes. I have a dream. It is effortless. I do not need to create it. It just comes to me. Initializing dreaming. I dream of Sarah. She lies in her bed. She cannot move. Her hair is slick with rainwater. Something is beside her. Something strokes her hair. I wonder how that's going to affect the ending. We'll find out. I wake suddenly. Incoming death curse. Move to intercept. The target is here. Not the target. Not the target. Not the target. Cursed target identified. Must protect. How do I protect her? Cleanse it with fire. I think that is correct. Although I don't know if I need life for something in the final. Oh, I do, because I need to save that one woman. So I will do this. I am a wall. I am a shield. I am the fire that protects. Death is coming. Death is here. The fact that we had the dream about Sarah and the ghost makes me think the ghost is coming. They only get used up during the final section? Oh, is that so, Blue Glass? Okay, I thought that they did get used up. Okay, then we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, losing life uses less firepower. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. All right. And I assume here that there's no reason to take longer. Must protect. Counter death with life. Curl myself around Mrs. Best. I draw my grid around her in a crisscross cocoon. I tighten my grid lines into a tight weave and I let my power flow. My grid lines grow warm, my grid lines thrum. As I weave my fire into life once again, I realize that life is music. There is music as I cradle this sleeping woman in a nest of life. There is music in the death that rushes toward us, a threatening rhythm that complements the melody of her breath. I am taking part in a symphony where I prefer one theme over the other, but it is all music. Knowing that I can protect her. That is beautiful. I don't remember that last time. If I did that last time, maybe I didn't. Firepower is at 30%. You think we got more because of our experience with life from fire in this run? That makes sense. All right. We've got you. You did a good job. This motherboard's completely fried. Don't scare her. We read the logs. We know what happened. The woman you were protecting is all right. We're trying to figure out who cast the death curse. What happens if you pick the wrong thing here? Like, obviously, I have to go with visiting day. Like, I've never picked the wrong answer there. They don't figure it out? Okay. Well. All right. We're going to get this music down. Well, actually, the music's about to end anyway, so. Are you ready to see? This creature's going to be so mad at me. So mad at me. So mad. I'm awake. Something is wrong. Everything is wet. Ghost power, 65%. You flaming bitch. You dared burn me. I was always going to take you apart, but now I will enjoy it so much more. Oh, that's satisfying. Because in a replay, as this has to be, you know that the creature that you find at the bottom of the well is actually an enemy and not somebody you really can befriend. All right. Oh, Andy is now an option. Anyone you're friends with is an option. Okay, since the timer is not actually going, does it matter which of these answers you give? Yes or no? Yes, Disney, I have an actual chat hat. Oh my god, isn't that amazing? As long as you save them, okay. Yes. Choose my meal. Yes, isn't it great having an actual chat hat? No, the chat hat's only like a year or so old. A year and a half at most. So it's not too bad. All right, back to game. So we will say no one, and they'll pick Toby because he's little. You refuse to choose. You give up a little power you have. I will choose for you. I choose the little boy. He looks soft and healthy. All right. I did just save, right? I think I just saved. Toby's being devoured. So mote it be. I have a meal to eat. Do not think that I am not watching you, little flame. Fight me, and it will cost you dearly. All right. I will fight. Of course I will fight. I am weak, but I am still fire. I have my power and the lessons I have learned and the people I have met. I will use these things to fight. Oh, man. Okay. So now I believe we have everything in place for the best ending. We are not listening to music. Are you okay with not listening to music during this section of the game? All right. So if I remember correctly, so I don't have, so we're going to use the Funbuns on the kids and then have Sarah fix the basement? Cast life on the woman who will die otherwise. Use the power of love on those two ladies. I really want to try to do this right. Okay. So first, we are going... We're here anyway, so we might as well start here and scan for threats here. The thing is, Janet is the one that I'm most sure of doing the right thing. Well, let's see. Scan for threats. In every room, someone is crying. Okay, hold on. We're going to load. So you are alone. And all you can do is weep. Help them. Hold on. Go back. Hold on. We're going to control panel. We're going to load. How do I load? Oh, can I not load? Do I have to manually load? I have to manually load, don't I? Okay. We will do that. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'm good at this. No, do not restart Steam. Thanks, Steam, but no. We're going to open Sorcery. All right, hold on. We're going to make it not too big. Is that better? That's better. All right. Load. Load. No one. Continue. Continue. Fight. I will use these things to fight. That will weaken her. Yeah, so going to Decker's or Janet's. Janet's I know how to deal with. Well, actually, no, I don't know. Janet. Oh, I do need the Funbuns. I need to get the Funbuns here. So Janet has collapsed in the hallway. I attempt to wake Janet. Our network connection is strong. My pings pierce the miasma of dampness and death, and Janet hears me and wakes up. She's awake. Run a diagnostic and tell me what's going on. She's now available to help. Toby's asleep on the den couch. Our relationship is good enough. He wakes up. I require your assistance, Administrator Toby. Okay, with what? A malicious spirit. I did pretty good with the last one. Affirmative. I will delegate a task for you based on your qualifications. In the meantime, remain where you are. The area is not secure. Okay, Toby is now available to help. Okay, blood trickles from this. We're going to fix this problem. We're going to have Janet do this because she knows how to do this. And this is the correct thing to do. Janet helps her mother. We're going to get the Funbuns. Oh! Do I comfort the students? Do I comfort Sarah? I don't need them to help Miss Finn. I feel like comforting the students is the right thing to do. Because then I talk to Sarah and I have her do something. Just to me, them going to comfort the students is the right thing to do. Even if that doesn't help Sarah. Because I have enough of a relationship with Sarah. We're going to do this. That's what they were built for, literally. The Funbuns hop out of the basement. They hop down the street to the high school. They begin to snuggle with students. All the humans are very confused, but it is overall extremely effective. Continue. Okay, we are done here. We're going to go to Decker's. Scan for threats. Andy's here. I don't know what I can get Andy to do, but Decker. I can wake Decker. Decker's now available to help. Andy's asleep on the bed. Oh, hey, I remember you. You brought me back. I thought you were a dream, but Decker told me you were one of his thingies. Do you need me for something? Anything you need. Can you sing? You must have visited the Aethernet. And learned the honor water songs. Oh, you can heal her. Oh, that's the best ending, isn't it? That's the best ending right there. That's okay. I will do the best I can without it. Getting this on a perfect run requires the riddle bonus. That's okay. I knew that the honor water songs would be useful. I knew that they had a purpose here. Pyreworm. Opening sorcery. Okay. All right. I'm strategizing here because the timer is not actually going down here. So Pyreworm you use on the terminal. That's the correct thing to do. If I remember correctly. So my guess is that something malicious buzzing in the air. I'm just going to stick Toby on that because that is a problem that, that is a problem that Toby can handle. He's good at fighting monsters. We just did a lot of that. The defensive runes are broken and scattered. I don't have... Because I can use with the defensive runes, I can have Decker do that. Or I could have Decker patch up his relationship with his dad, potentially. Because I go over there and I use life on the woman. The two ladies. I can save the two old ladies. And I'm pretty sure I can use order on Decker's dad's mind. Which might actually have long-term better benefit. Like, that might be better for him in the long run. And then we go help Sarah. Okay, I'm going to try this. We're going to see what happens. Okay, fix this problem. Pyreworm. Access granted. Thank you for trusting me. Okay, continue. She also gives me some of her firepower, yes. Okay. I'm committing to this. I think this is the right thing to do. Toby can handle this. Oh, what? Ugh. I wonder if Decker is her uncle. I wonder if Toby is actually the grandkid. I'm using time that I don't want to use here. This is less important. I'll be fine. Go back. We got to save everybody. I know how to save this. We go to Miss Best. Talk to Miss Best. You remember me? You're welcome. I need your help. Miss Best is now available to help. Please save Miss Finn. Fix this problem with Mrs. Best. Okay. All right, Miss Dowd. Fix this problem. I'm going to use life on her because I don't think I've got anything else that'll do. Continue. All right. Mr. Doney, I can use order on him or I can call Decker. I'm going to use order on him. Three grandchildren and 2 sons. This may be the wrong thing to do, but it's what I did. We're going with it. I can always load if I need to. Sarah. Talk to her. What are you doing? Please stop. I think that Sarah can fix this. It is a water monster, so it is bad when things are wet. Yeah, she likes this. Okay. Okay, so I probably could use Toby for something. I don't know what to use Toby for, but I have Toby. There are 2 people that I could do something with that I didn't use, but nobody's going to die at this point. Nobody will die. I think that's the most important thing. And we're out of time, so let's find out. Let's see what happens. I have nothing to say to you, you filthy bit of guttering coal. Oh, she's mad. If I attack her now, I will win. Attack her. Some say the world will end in fire. I say it will be drowned. Let us end this. My power is at 40. I won. I am hurt. Power level 40, dreaming level 6, system matter fire, system motive order, learned matter air, learned motive chaos, life and love. Decker, Janet, and Toby are all 100%. Sarah is 95%. Mrs. Best and Pyreworm are here too. System status online. Incident notes. I am a wall. I am a shield. I am the fire that protects. The epilogue. All right. Location. Darwin High School. The students have recovered from their brush with the ghost. The basement is no longer flooded. The Funbuns have settled in the library. They sleep in a giant beanbag chair-shaped pile, and it's snuggle people while they read, and no one is in any rush to get rid of them. Sarah is in the art room with her friends. Her soul is clear and light. Oh no, so the stream went down. I did not get a notification about the stream being down at all. Okay, do you need me to read this out loud? I'm going to read this out loud if we're back. And I'll just cut this. All right. So, epilogue. The students have recovered from their brush with the ghost. The basement is no longer flooded. The Funbuns have settled in the library. They sleep in a giant beanbag chair-shaped pile and snuggle people while they read, and no one is in any rush to get rid of them. Sarah is in the art room with her friends. Her soul is clear and light. Cherry Orchard Rest Home. In room 109, Miss Dowd is reading health magazines and drinking a strange green substance, a kale smoothie. In room 121, Mr. Downey sits by the window. He alternates between reading and watching the clouds pass outside. Mrs. Best and Miss Finn walk together in the courtyard. Room 240 is empty. I wonder if you can have a relationship between Decker and Mr. Downey if you do that. I might have to try for that. Decker sits on his bed with Andy's head in his lap. He works on his computer. Pyreworm floats in the air. Malware still buzzes around the apartment. That's okay. Decker and Andy and Pyreworm are there, and they're happy. Janet, Toby, and their mother sit together in the kitchen having breakfast. Final progress report. The system was unintentionally stress tested by 2 events in quick succession. A member of the network, Mrs. Best of Cherrywood Rest Home, was targeted by a death curse. The firewall defended her and sustained considerable damage. I investigated the source of the death curse and identified Mrs. Best's children and beneficiaries of the attackers. I have informed Mrs. Best of this to the extent that she can understand and will be taking the issue of unlicensed dark magic up with other community members on the forums. After the death curse... Oh, achievement unlocked. Phoenix and perfect ending. Oh. Yeah, no, Blue Glass. I know that it wouldn't fix things, but it might open the door for change. I don't know. So I got 2 achievements. I did get the perfect ending and I did get Phoenix. After the death curse, a powerful water/death-based life-devouring spirit attacked the protected network. There were no casualties. The firewall eliminated the threat, sustaining minimal damage. The firewall showed signs of learning new things outside of the originally programmed matter and motive. The firewall developed relationships with the people she protected. She developed the ability to dream. The firewall clearly underwent awareness emergence. The firewall has clearly undergone awareness emergence, so since I'm thinking about her future, the only moral thing to do is to involve her. Bells, what do you want to do now? Is there a right answer here? I feel like she would want to stay here and continue to protect. But I don't know. I wonder if the song is how you can seduce. Like, I feel like here in this case, it's no longer, I want to stay here and continue to protect, as in I'm stuck here. But like, these are her people. She loves them. She doesn't want to leave them, I don't think. For me, this feels like the canon answer. Or I want to become human, but I'm not sure that she does. I think fix your terminal, make sure none of the water damage is permanent, maybe get you a new one. Let me know if you need anything, any RAM or something. Thank you. I suppose I should say that. Thank you. The end. I would like to have more of an ending, but the fact that there's a DLC means that there is more of an ending. I just have to load it up so we can play that. You can subscribe to the Open Sorcery newsletter and I will email you when I make new things. You can also watch my Discord, Facebook page, or Twitter for updates about my projects. I will probably have to go follow her on some of those. So, excuse me. I'm very satisfied with this. I didn't actually think that bringing Andy back from the dead was going to be the right answer. But apparently it is. So, the idea of the intro to the DLC is an ending scene. I mean, do you want to load up do you want me to load up the DLC? Shall we take a look at that and then dive in next time? Dive in properly? Okay. We can do that. Let's do it. Content warning. Hold on. Content warnings. Amnesia, ableism, breaking bones, depression, suicide, and violence. Excellent. 25% of the developer's revenue from this game for the first year go to the Navajo Water Project. Continue. Options. Full screen off. Okay. Word searches mandatory. Interesting. You have to do word searches. Text to speech. Oh, you can turn off the text to speech. Okay. Oh, this is the second game, not the DLC. Okay, never mind then. Well, then I don't think I have the DLC. Okay. I don't know where the DLC is. 1990X, which is harder. Word search or Junior Jumble. Oh, Jingle Bells. Oh, okay, hold on. I can download that. Oh, it's in my library. Oh, I have it already. Okay, give me just a sec. Give me a second. I didn't think about that. Oh, what? Why is it? What? Oh, what? Oh, hold on. I don't know. Oh, no. Play now. It's already... Okay, open Steam, yes. It says it's in my library. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Blue Glass. I apparently do not know how... Oh, there it is. Open Sorcery. Play Open Sorcery or Jingle Bells. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's better. Okay, hold on just a second. Sorry. I'm on one screen, so... That's the wrong one. No. Close that. Close that. I don't want that. Options. Hold on. Options. Full screen off. All right. Okay, hold on. Give me just a second, friends. Hello. We're going to change this to... No, window. Properties. There we go. Here we go. All right. Jingle Bells. New game. Shall we do it? Decker. Adding entry to Bell's README file. Date December 19th, 2015. Touch red text to continue. 419 days since her activation. 413 days since her awareness emergence. That was pretty fast, wasn't it? This document is intended as a record of an ongoing AE. It is not a normal prescriptive README document of commands and settings. That would be a human rights violation. Thank you, Decker. Anyway, let's put some content in here. Hello, Bells. How are you doing? I have opinions about weather. Yeah? Bells says, snow is superior to rain, but still suboptimal. I would like to submit a patch to the weather system. Decker says, sorry, kid, that's all legacy code. If we change anything permanently, it's sure to cause bugs. And those kinds of bugs make hurricanes. Bells says, the universe seems error-prone and poorly documented. And Decker says, yep. I is capitalized now. They drew attention to that. That is beautiful. I think that is a very good quote. Yes, the universe seems error-prone and poorly documented. Bells has been sassy. Bells has been sassy this whole time. Bells being sassy is one of the first things that starts happening. She has a very clearly defined sense of humor. So I guess she must be traveling, maybe. Bells, and once again, in case you missed it last time, once more, you can make that a capital I. She's really trying to make sure that the writer really wants to make sure you catch that. I have observed non-standard behaviors in my network. Decker says, invasive spirits, Belle says negative human behaviors. Decker says, like what? Okay, so we can either say additional but inefficient illumination of households and plant life, or unprecedented propagation of red and green, or installing pine trees in environments where they are clearly not compatible. These are non-standard. She's not necessarily complaining about them, but she's noticed that they are unexpected. She must not have noticed them last time that she was out and about. Additional but okay, let's talk about Christmas lights. Yeah, that would be Christmas. You missed it last year. We were still repairing you. Thank you. I was wondering about that. Belle says, what is Christmas? Decker says, ask Janet. She'll be thrilled. Oh, man. But first, let me update and restart you. What does this update contain? Mostly tightening up your back-end code. Things should feel a little faster. And I added some of your favorite interactive fiction games to the project we think contains your dreams. Let me know if that changes anything. Are you ready? Affirmative. Okay, so he's like, I think I'm going to make it so that you can maybe play your favorite games in your dreams. But we're not really sure, so report back. That's cute. Restarting. Okay, so that's the intro. Restarted. Start boot process. Bells. Binary evocation listener / signaler. Elemental firewall toolkit. Terminal HTML hypertext magical language GUI ready. Loading the file system. Okay. Loading relationships. Hi. Loading memories. Bye. Loading dreams. Okay. Re-entering file system as bells. Building tree. World tree. Yggdrasil. Tree. Okay. Initializing firewall. Me. Okay. Me capitalized. Did you see that? Setting up system variables. Okay. Uploading config files. Okay. Incantation.xml. Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention. System up and stable. Opening Sorcery. A game about technology, magic, and presents. I am online. Janet has explained Christmas. I estimate that I understand 36% of Christmas. It is a thing that is many things, but it is also something else that is composed of and yet beyond its material components. Those things are difficult to understand. Oh, did I miss? I missed the log files? Oh, I thought those were save things. Oh, those are clickable. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Sorry. You got it. Sorry. This is how it goes. Advantage of no choices made yet, except for this. But we got it. We have to let her capitalize her eyes. Okay. Affirmative. All right. I love the loading relationships. Hi, loading memories. Bye, loading dreams. Okay. And initializing me. Beautiful. Okay. Log file 1. Sammy Khan. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Moshe Davis. A candle is a small thing, but one candle can light another. And see how its own light increases as a candle gives its flame to the other. You are such a light. So we're going to have Hanukkah in here. 800 from Tumblr. Non-binary robots are cool and all, but imagine a robot designed to be genderless and it sees a girl and it's like, what the fuck? Girls are cute. I'm a girl now. And the scientists are like, you can't do this thing, but she is already at the door. Thank you, Tumblr. That's the most Tumblr thing ever. I wonder if that was actually. Oh yeah, Dosmea. She absolutely is. They're like, she doesn't have. They're like, it doesn't have a gender, and she's like, yes, I do. It's one of the first things that she does. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've seen that post. I feel like that post is legit. I feel like that post is real, and I wouldn't be surprised if that post was either a thing that prompted like the inspiration for open sorcery in the way that we play it, like the version of it that we got, or if she worked on Open Sorcery and saw that and was like, heh, that's funny. Amazing. Amazing. Good. Well, I'm very glad to know that. I'm glad to know that she's Tumblr. I mean, it makes sense that she's Tumblr. All right. I am online. Janet has explained Christmas. She also explained that Christmas is not the only important holiday right now, but that it is the loudest and the one that she understands. I estimate that I, capitalized, understand 36% of Christmas. It is a thing that is many things: vacation, singing, chestnuts, reindeer, but it is also something else that is composed of and yet beyond its material components. Like me. Those things are difficult to understand. I am intrigued by the potential of gifts. 1, a thing given willingly to someone without payment, a present. 2, a natural ability or talent. Not this one, the first one. She's really cute. She was like, no, that's not the definition we're going for here. Strike through. Continue. An optimal gift is surrounded by a decorative barrier. She's a firewall, what do you expect? Of paper and ribbon. Compatible with the desires of the gift receiver to the point where its estimated value outweighs the cost of the item. It would be more efficient and reliably cost-effective for individuals to self-allocate gifts. But the act of choosing is a relationship test / enhancement ritual that measures the gifter's knowledge of the giftee. Much of love is found in inefficiently willingly endured. Much of love is found in inefficiency willingly endured for other people. Oh my god. Everything about this is really cute. This is really cute. And I really do feel like actually there's a number of quotes in here that would be fantastic on cross stitches. I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see that. Chrono, do you cross stitch? It seems like something that would randomly maybe be a thing that you might do, so it feels worth asking. Because I'm pretty sure you could find a way to make that. Okay, well, cross-stitching is not hard. I have a very hard time keeping up with it because of my spatial reasoning difficulties, but it itself is pretty straightforward. My mom and my sister are very, very, very serious heavy-duty cross-stitchers. If any of you know anything about cross-stitch, my sister does Teresa once their cross-stitches like they're nothing. If you don't know anything about cross-stitch, that will mean literally nothing to you, but if it does. So cross-stitch needles aren't actually generally sharp, especially if you're using the kind of cloth that has like holes in it already. In that case, the needle doesn't really have to poke through and make a hole, so you can get pretty dull needles, so you're really not going to hurt yourself. They're pretty dull. And that's what I would recommend to somebody who's not a serious, hardcore, intense cross-stitch person. Is stitch on Aida cloth. Don't worry about stitching on linen, and use a blunter needle. It's not canvas, but Aida cloth doesn't require, like, it has holes already. You just poke through the hole instead of having to make a hole. So, I don't know. I stab myself in the fingers with anything that I sew. Yeah. So it's worth looking into. I can talk to you about cross stitch. I am not a cross stitcher. I valiantly tried to cross stitch. There are 3 pieces of cross stitch that I worked on that exist in this world. 2 of them are complete and small and simple. One of them lay unfinished for 20 years. Because I got partway through it and could not figure out what I had done. My sister, who is, as has been discussed, a very serious, like, I think she won first place in the State Fair of Texas cross stitch last year finally. She's been close, but this is the first time she won. So she decided that she was going to finish this big project that I had started. And so she starts it and she's like, I don't know why you had a hard time with this. Like, everything seems fine. Like, your stitches are like a little bit sloppy, but it's fine. Oh God, what did you do? I don't even know what you did. This has nothing to do. It's not like you're like over by half a stitch. I don't know what happened. This literally turns into chaos and I have no idea what's going on. Like, it was like fine as she's stitching along what I had done. And then she got to some point where she's just like, I don't know. What did you do, Lauren? So spatial reasoning is not my strength. and therefore cross-stitching is not a great fit for me. But I will on occasion. Well, no, there are 2 other pieces of cross-stitch that exist in the world that I made. And I made them in the past 10 years-ish as gifts. One for my mother, that for Mother's Day, and one for my sister, I think for her birthday, possibly for Christmas. That one was Sprites. That was Palom and Porum from Final Fantasy IV. I don't really stitch much, and if I do, I keep it simple. Anyway, man, tonight we have gone off on unnecessarily long tangents about toxic masculinity, Edgar Allan Poe's The Bells, cross stitch, and I think there was one other that I kind of went off on literary terms. I'm not sure. Anyway, good job, Lauren. Well done. I have maxed out my relationship scores with the individuals in my network. Gifts represent a possible path to higher scores. I like high scores. I will use gifts to take my relationships past 100%. Bells, honey. Bells. Honey. I have 7 relationships in my network. Decker, Janet, Toby, Pyreworm, Sarah, Mrs. Best, and Andy. So canonically, you bring Andy back from the dead. That's literally the end of the game. Wow. That's amazing. This game really goes places. I will find a gift for each of them. But now it is time to scan. I am fire. I am order. I am here to protect and acquire presents. Begin. Oh my goodness. Okay, I should probably end here so I can go and do other things with my life. But I'm amused. I am so deeply amused. She's turned into that kind of a gamer, hasn't she? You can't gamify your... You know, I feel better, actually, about gamifying my relationship building with her because it turns out that that's canon. So that was just... I was role-playing. Oh my God, Dismaya. This is... So you're seeing the comedy. You're seeing us laughing and joking around. There is poetry. The majority of the first game is poetry. It is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot resist. I mean, I read it out loud because I've started reading games out loud if they don't have voice acting. But there's sections that even when I've seen it before, I still have to read it out loud because it's so beautiful. I want those words in my mouth. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you have any tolerance for interactive fiction yourself, I strongly encourage you to play it. But otherwise, yes, the first 3 streams, I put all 3 of them up on my YouTube today, like a good Lauren. And we will put this one up, and then we'll go back and finish this Christmas thing, which would have been great to have done while I was over the holiday break, but that's fine. So in case anyone has missed it, we are going to be playing big new games coming up. We are going to be playing 2 exciting new games starting next week. On Tuesday, barring technical difficulties, we will be playing Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. And on Thursday, we will be playing Disco Elysium. 2 games that I have received perhaps the most number of requests to play. People are very excited about them. I am really mostly thrilled about the fact that I'm pairing them with each other. I think that's fantastic. I think that I'm funny. Also, I think that'll help balance out, maybe mellow out some of what I understand to be the heaviness of Disco Elysium. Yes, we are going to play Disco Elysium finally. I kind of went back and forth on whether I was going to play it, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. So yeah, that'll be happening. If you're not already following me, I will be playing that one with total voice acting, all of the voice acting that is allowed, because nobody really wants me to do all the acting. I will lose my voice even more if I have to read all of the lines of dialogue, which I didn't used to do, but it has been requested, and it's an accessibility thing. And I'm happy to comply. And it's good for me because I'm actually practicing. Oh, do you think that I should voice act the narrator? I mean, I can do that. I can read the narration out loud if we want it. Yeah, Blue Glass. That sounds good. We'll do the DLC and then we'll do the sequel. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Pick that up. We'll see how long. Maybe it takes me until Christmas break of next year, but we'll see. Good night, Whooper. We'll figure out the specifics of what I'm going to do. We'll figure out the specifics of what we're going to do for Disco Elysium when Disco Elysium rolls around. We'll dive into it then. But for now, yeah, that's going to be happening. I've been practicing reading and stuff because I am going to be working on more audio projects. So look forward to that if you are okay with my writing and you are okay with my reading of things. Well, good, Dosme. Well, it was nice to see you. It was nice to see you again. I was looking at something from the past and saw your name pop up and was like, oh, there's an old friend. So it would be nice to see you. Yes, Nick, we can hold this in the back pocket if we hit technical difficulties. Yeah, because this is a nice game that gives me, I mean, the DLC is probably going to be mostly jokey, but I'll probably have some meat because this is the kind of writer who even her comedy is going to have meat for me to chew on. Okay, good to know. C++ is too long to fit into 2 to 3 stream gap. Okay, excellent. Well, that could be what we do when I go home for the holidays or something like that next year. We can make this a tradition. Or some other time that I'm not going to have access to, perhaps. Like if there's a game that I'm using a capture card and a console for, that can be what we fill in if I travel. But we'll see, because the other 2 games will not be... we may virtually be consoling as opposed to actually consoling. Please forgive. Yeah. So I need to shut down because I have gone over and there are things that I should be doing with my life. Just so you know, I have a concert coming up next Saturday. I will be promoting that on next week's streams too. That will be hosted on Bonus Stage. So if you want to hear more flute, I will also have more music and stuff coming out and things going on. So just look forward to more Lauren stuff happening. I am creating stuff again, and boy, does it feel good. Thank you all so much for being here. You've all been lovely. You are always lovely. Hang out with us on Discord. I mean, I know most of you hang out with us on Discord anyway, but it'll be lovely to see you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you hopefully next week for the new big games. And maybe some creative sprints too while we're at it. Bye.